welcome to my channel. So today I'm bringing you another book review. This time I'm reviewing My Murder by Katie Williams, and I finished this book about a month ago, maybe a month and a half, but this book was released this year, 2023, in June. So it's been about 6 to 7 months. So let me read a little synopsis so you know what we're getting into. Lou is a happily married mother of an adorable toddler. She's also the victim of a local serial killer. Recently brought back to life by a government project and returned to her grieving family, she's grateful for the second chance. But as the new Lou readapts to her old routines, and as she bonds with other female victims, she realizes that disturbing questions remain about what exactly preceded her death and how much she can really trust those around her. Now, it's not enough to care for her child, love her husband, and work the job she's always enjoyed. She must also figure out the circumstances of her death. This book was such a page turner. I devoured it. If you love a good murder mystery, a near futuristic reality, a dystopian world with a bit of sci-fi and technology play, you will love this book. When I finished it, I kept thinking, man, I would love to see this book made into a show, because it could have come out right out of a Black Mirror episode. And Black Mirror is one of my favorite series of all time. It was intelligently written, and for not being such a thick book, I thought the pacing was on point and the character development was great. But this book, it's way deeper than just sci-fi stuff, because it deals a lot with emotional sacrifices, which made the book even more intriguing. I thought the story was so interesting and original, so kudos to Katie Williams, because I was mid-book, maybe like 2/3 of the book, and when I thought I couldn't be surprised anymore, boom, something happened, and it was like this big twist / cliffhanger. And after that review, I couldn't put the book down. I even took a picture of the page where this reveal happened, because I was so like, oh my gosh, where do we go from here? I won't share it right now because I will talk spoilers at the end. So please, please, please don't let me spoil the book to you. I will give you the heads up. Like, pause my video, go read the book, and then come back here and then we'll talk spoilers. Our leading lady is named Louise, but she goes by Lou, and she's married with Silas. She's about 30 years old, 30-ish, and she has a 9-month-old baby called Nova. And Lou doesn't remember anything that happened to her before her murder. So after being brought back to life by cloning, you know, that's what the commission / government did with the victims of the serial killer. They cloned them and brought them back to life. Lou is living this new life with her husband and her baby. But she thinks of herself as someone completely different. She even refers to her past Lou as the other one, because she can't remember her previous life. She has missing portions. She remembers bits here and there, but she doesn't remember what happened to her, how it happened. And she has conversations with Silas, who's a very patient and supportive husband, that she asked him in details, like detail by detail, what happened to her, how she was murdered, what preceded after that, you know, what was the news about her murder. Because she can't remember anything, she feels like she can't trust anybody, not even her husband or co-workers. And speaking of co-workers, she works at this hug therapy company that offers virtual hugs to people in need. It's basically, she puts on a VR and then the customer puts on a VR set, and she calls it skins. They put on skins and they can look, the workers, they can look however the customer wants them to look. There's a man that goes in there and she has to look like an older woman. And I thought that her job was so interesting, because loneliness, it's a very unhealthy thing, and especially after, you know, lockdown and the pandemic, we all lost touch with a lot of loved ones and friends. We lost human touch. I saw this girl, I don't know if she's a YouTuber or Instagram or TikToker, but she was given an interview and she said that she hasn't touched anyone in 2 years. And not like in a sexual way or hookup way. She says she hasn't hugged someone in 2 years. You know how lonely that can be? And Dr. Senjak, he's like the White House doctor. He was on The View and he was saying that loneliness is as dangerous and as unhealthy as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. I don't know if you guys saw, I saw on the news too that I think it was in the UK, there's a woman that she provides cuddling. You know, all she does, if you need, she'll come over or you go to her place, something like that. But she provides cuddling because, you know, people, they need to feel the touch of human skin. So Lou is part of this women's support group. All the women that are there, they were all murdered by the same serial killer. And they were all brought back to life by the commission / government. So they all have something in common. And I thought it was so well done / written. The parts where we hear how the other women are dealing with their new lives. There's one that doesn't even acknowledge her parents as her real parents because she doesn't see herself as her other self pre-murder. There's one of them that wants to write a tell-all book. And this cloning program sounds great, right? You lose a loved one, if you have the means / money, you can bring them back. But it's also very controversial because in the book, they mentioned that the commission brought back, I don't know if it was a CEO or if it was a politician. They brought back this man back to life after he died. And then they found out that this man had a long history of sexually harassing women. And then people are like, why would you bring someone like that back to life? But he had the money. And it really made me think about like life insurance. You know, if you have a loved one that passed away and you want to bring back to life, can you use the life insurance for that? It's very, very tricky. Okay, so what's the deal with this book? Because we all know from like the first third of the book, we know who murdered this woman. The serial killer called Edward Early. So what's the plot here? What's the mystery? What is Lou looking for? Closure? Because her and another woman, I think it was Fern, they decide to go to jail and meet face to face with the serial killer. We know that Lou was dealing with postpartum depression after she had Nova because she finds out that like current Lou, present Lou, she finds out that she had packed a bag, like a gym bag with clothes and her passport and hidden in the closet. So she knew past Lou wanted to bounce, wanted to leave Silas and Nova. But she doesn't know why because she doesn't remember anything. She doesn't remember why Lou packed the bag. And I couldn't believe she would just up and leave her family, her newborn baby. I was thinking, okay, so was Silas abusive to her? And, you know, now he's like this very loving husband because he knows she doesn't remember anything. So let's get into spoilers. Like I said, pause this video, go read the book and come back. So would you leave? Would you leave all your responsibilities behind, this dull life of yours, if you had the chance to be free again? What if you could have someone replace you? Because Lou was so unhappy, she couldn't take it anymore. So she set up her own death. She made it as Edward Earlier, the serial killer, murdered her. This concept of faking your own death and having a new you take over your life blew my mind. And then when Lou confronted Edward in jail, he said, and that was the biggest twist for me, he said he didn't recognize her. He recognized her friend, Fern, and he admitted that, yeah, I killed you. I don't know who you are. I didn't kill you. And I was like, what the? So here's like the page that I took a picture of it. A little bit of the conversation. She said, you don't know me? He's like, no, I don't. And then he said, her? I know. Her? I killed. So Edward tells Lou, You, however, you I never met before today. I don't know who murdered you. I only know it wasn't me. It's kind of funny, but I was just like, oh my God. So now things are getting interesting because now who murdered Lou? Of course, as a true crime fan, who do we go first? The husband. We want to think that it was Silas, but I was like, no, it wasn't the husband. Too obvious. Then I thought it was the Luminos. Maybe someone that is part of the Luminos. The Luminos is a group of, let's say, internet sleuths or, real civilian detectives, but they started this group after the women started being, murdered by the serial killer. And one of the people that is part of the Luminos, it's one of the girls that is in Lou's support group, her mom, and she's always super extremely nice to Lou. They even said that Lou was the one that saved all the other girls, because after Lou was murdered, and Lou was a pretty young white woman with a newborn baby, so the government, wanted the commission to look good, so they brought Lou back to life. And then they're like, oh, we brought the one victim, then we got to bring all the other 4 women. So the families were all super grateful to Lou. So I was thinking maybe someone from the Luminos, one of the sleuths, killed Lou just to bring, the girls, their loved ones back. And I thought that would have been really clever. I thought that would have been a really clever idea, but not in a million theories would I have guessed that there were 2 Lou's. The commission made up a fake body so people will believe that Lou was murdered. Like, they can clone people. They can come up with a fake corpse. Then they cloned Lou number 1, and Lou number 1 took out half of their savings, her and Silas, and she ran away. And she ran away to live in like a cottage in the woods, like a little cabin in the woods that her dad owns. That's why she packed that bag. She was planning on leaving her family. Oh, and Silas, the husband, he knew everything. He knew that there was Lou number 1 hiding in the woods, and then Lou number 2 was a clone. So Silas was just going with the program. I think he was just happy to have his wife back. Towards the end, we see Lou number 1 and Lou number 2 meet up face to face at the dad's cabin. And I would love to see this on TV. I mean, can someone turn this book into a show? Or like I said, just a long episode, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. Lou number 1 says she doesn't want to come back. She doesn't want her old life. But that Lou number 2 can take it. You can have it. And Lou number 2 agrees that, yes, I will be there. I would love Silas completely. I would love Nova, the baby. They come up with this agreement and both Lou's are happy. Even though I love this book and all its elements, from the sacrifices a mother has to make, it was suspensefully smart and unpredictable. I still thought it was unfair that Lou number 1 left her family. And look, I've never been through postpartum depression. I don't know what women go through. But I was like, couldn't you work things out? Couldn't you go to therapy? It was your husband and your newborn baby. But I still highly, highly recommend this book. It was so, so good. If you read this book, did you figure out the ending? Who did you think murdered Lou at first? Did you see 2 Lou's coming? And if you have any books that you have read and you loved it, or if there is a book that you're looking forward to read it, please send it my way. Write down in the comments. I would take any recommendations. I hope you all have a great holiday season. If you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the little bell, the notification button, so you don't miss any future videos. And I'll see you next time.